this ridge. Don't know exactly what they're doing right here, but it's a new spot to me, so I'm coming here to see if we can't find these deer that we had on camera. About, I don't know, probably about a mile from here. Chris was in here yesterday from Blue Collar Blogs, and I think he just burst 4 or 5 cameras in here. But man, this place is thick. Good looking spot. It don't appear to be nobody been around here much. Let's keep walking, see what we find. Alright guys. Oh. The little ditch runs right off down through yonder. Oh, it goes down toward the creek. There's a good definite trail coming up the side of that ditch. And pretty fresh creek right here. There's a lot of sun in here. But I'm on top of this ridge. I hadn't fell off these ridge top yet. But yeah, that's pretty good one there. I'm gonna keep going and see what I can find here. And like I say, I may come back, and I'm getting pretty good ways in here now. I think I'm 0.3 mile. Or 1.3 miles, I'm sorry. But, man, this looks like buck country, ain't no doubt about it. Thick in here, good. Granny is thick. That's what they like. Guys, I'm gonna pass like five of these rubs right here. They're pretty fresh. Coming down this ridge top, but you know, there ain't a whole lot of traffic back in here whenever you coming down the actual old logging road trail coming back in here. And about every 20, 30 foot, there's a rub line. You see a good ditch right there, you know, good trail coming out right there out of this ditch. And crossing right back over, going off the backside of all this right here. There's one ditch runs here, another ditch right there, all that runs down to the creek. I hadn't did that yet, but I'm just staying on this ridge top right now. I'm going all the way back in here, and then I'm gonna hit actually there's a little scrape right there. I'm gonna hit that creek and come back up. Just making a big old loop in here, and see if I can get these cameras in a good spot today. All right, guys. Man, what a trail coming out of that ditch. You got old rub right here from last year. It's beautiful in here, guys. It's kind of like a little saddle right here. A ridge top goes back up. Over here. Good spot right here. Old rubs right there. I say, all this is ditches coming off of this ridge top. There's another rub. Another rub. There's a scrape right here. Actually, that's pretty wet. That's been used recently. Limb broke off here. There's a lot. Ooh, that's pretty stout. I smell it now. But good looking spot in here, ain't no doubt. Alright guys, I'm gonna keep getting it. That's a big old nasty dude there, ain't he? Good morning, my old friend. Alright guys, let's carry on. Hey, this is a good looking spot in here. You see how thick it is in here? I mean, it's like it's everywhere in here. That's the reason these deer are here. Look at that. That's pretty hot right there. Pretty hot. Got these old hanging here. They got them broken off all around here. There again. Ditch coming out there, crossing over, going off this big old ridge down to the creek down in there. That's pretty fresh. They're working that pretty good. All right, continue on. I'm not gonna hang a camera till I actually walk this place out, and then I'll come to the best spots back. What I'm thinking is the best spot. There's another old Pepsi bottle. I collect these things, and I love to find old glass and stuff. But got a few pig signs in here too. There's a few pigs in here. No meat and stuff like that right there. I don't think there's a bunch of them, but there is some. Alright guys. Guys, I'm on another good spot right here, man. I'm telling you, this place is eat up with buck sign. I mean, just eat up. See that big ditch right here? I don't know if you can see it real good, but there's an opposing ridge top right over there. And that ridge top's got a couple of scrapes going down it. So I come on the other side of this gully and coming down this ridge top. And all this is falling off to the creek over here. But, I mean, it's just scrape after scrape after scrape in this place. I mean, they're using that pretty good. Limbs hanging off here, all broke off. That last scrape was right back up the hill on top of that ridge. And I mean, this is definitely a travel corridor right here. Ain't no doubt, right here on top of this little ridge. And all it is a finger that goes off toward the river in here, or toward the creek. And then the river will be going down to the left down in there. This place is just eat up with buck sign. There's plenty of food in here. Old rod line goes down through there. Another scrape right here, a little bit old, but it's got a lot of sun in it, ain't no doubt, guys. It's thick. I mean, it's thick in here. You can't see, you know, in spots you can see 60, 70 yards, but for the most part, you're 40 yards. You know, when the leaves come off the tree, it'll be a lot different, but there's that big ditch. You can kind of see that ridge over on the other side. I mean, this is a perfect spot right here. You can actually see two ridges from one spot. Catch something cruising through there. Right. Oh, there's a deer just blowed at me right there. My wind's going right over there too. Hanging off the back of this bank, off the back of this ridge right here over the creek. My wind's going straight to him too, or whatever it was, him or her, but I can't help it, I got to go. Sucker laid right up there on the back of that ridge. Alright guys, I made it down here to the bottoms. Beautiful in here. There's a creek comes up. It goes all the way back here. Straight onto the river right there. But there's tons and tons of blowdowns in here. I'm gonna work my way back up the edge of this creek and then come somewhere back on top of those ridges. But man, you wanna talk about a natural blind area. The way these trees that fell right here. Look right there. Man, yeah. That is a natural blind. And a good one too. Get right up in that hole. You'll be watching this whole bottom. Comes off of that ridge. I just come off all over there. Good funnel area around the bottom of this ridge. More blowdowns right here. Man, yeah, that's a good spot. Alright guys, I'm gonna carry on. Guys, y'all wanna talk about a pretty bottom. And like I say, there's tons of blowdowns in here. That's causing all kind of little funnel areas. Especially like right there on the top of that treetops right there. There's a trail that goes right around there. That is just deep down. But it's not down in the bottom, it's kind of up 20 yards, 30 yards up on that ridge. This blowdown after blowdown, it's a little open right here, but this place is beautiful, ain't no doubt in here. This is deer country for sure. Alright, let's carry on. And there's another scrape right there. I'm standing right on top of it, didn't even roll. Oh, hanging off there. Definitely trail. back into these blowdowns. I mean, this is just a natural pump. That's the reason that trail comes right through there. And then there's that ridge again. That ridge top goes up through there. Runs all the way down the side of this bottom. Guys, I'll be honest with you. This is probably more fresh sand. I'm like Chris. This is more fresh sand than anywhere I've seen. Look at that. This is that trail. I just got it wore down right here in the sand. Coming right back from that scrape on the other side of that blowdown right there. But it's just track after track after track. Look at that. Everywhere. Plenty of food in here. And every bit of it was headed right up this draw. Right straight on the other side of that blowdown. And we'll continue this trail. Everywhere on this trail. You get off of it, no deer track nowhere. It's just one trail right here that they are hammering through this corner of this little bottom in here. There's I don't know, 4 or 5 scrapes down that ridge finger. It goes up through here. And what them bucks is doing, they staying high up there and they catching this wind. See if any of these does are in season or getting ready to come in season. They're just keeping track. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna continue right up this draw to the left of that ridge where I found all them scrapes at. See what we can find up through here. But stay with me, guys. All right, guys, glad y'all back with me here. I got one camera set on a good active scrape, and I've come back out probably about halfway, and I fell back up in here on another dried up creek down through here, but there's a little bit of water in it in places. But it's a little old bottom, little old draw between a bunch of ridges in here. And I think I done found my other spot here that I'm gonna go ahead and hang another camera. I've got scrapes all in here. I ain't never in my life, I don't think, ever been to a place that's got more buck sign than I have this place here. And Chris was in here yesterday, and he says about the same thing on the side that he was on over there. I'm on the totally opposite side. But that's a big deer track right there for us. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's a pretty good sized track. That's pretty good sized deer. And they walking this down. I'm sure they're probably doing this maybe at night, in the daytime cruising, I'm not sure, but it's just gully after gully after gully, ridge top, gully, ridge top. Little funnel areas, I mean, little saddles, everything. I mean, this place is rough terrain, I ain't gonna lie to you. There's some rough terrain in here, but I'm telling you right now, it is eat up with buck sign. I just walked up on this place right here. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but There's a ridge top comes off right here. Goes down in a big gully right in there. And then another ridge top goes up and goes over. Well, it's pretty steep right there, but there is one heck of a trail coming around the edge of that corner. And it dropped off right here. You got one scrape right here. It's pretty fresh. I mean, the dirt's a lot browner than normal. I mean, it's pretty fresh. You got another one right there, right beside it. Right over there, they're hitting it right over there too. All up over this one hanging limb right here. That's a little old holly right there. So you can see tine marks on that holly. Old ones. But I think I'm gonna set a camera right here and see if I can capture something in here. This is a good looking spot, ain't no doubt. But it's thick in here. It's open right here in this bottom. But it's just steep ridges. Finger points that keep dropping off in here. I'm pretty sure if I look around right here some more, there's gonna be some more scrapes. Look in here somewhere else. But you can see that big ridge up there? It goes all the way down through yonder in this draw. Across the draw, and then the deep ridges all the way back across through here. But you got them ditches that runs right up through yonder. And there's escape corridors, travel corridors, what have you. I'm gonna walk around right here and look just a little bit more before I throw this other camera out. But I'm pretty sure I'm fixing to drop that camera right there. You can kind of see that draw right there now. Goes back around up through there, around the back of them ridges. I mean, this place is just eat up the buckside. So, we're gonna see what we got in here. I don't know what's in here, but we actually launched this as try to find these couple mature bucks that we had on camera back in the early summer that disappeared. And what we're trying to do is go both directions from that location and see if we can find these spots that these deer might have went. And I can't say that them deer ain't over here. I can't say they are. But I can tell you one thing, there's a bunch of bucks in here. Maybe little, maybe mature, maybe whatever. But something leaving a whole lot of bucks. Alright guys, I'm gonna walk around here a little bit more and see what I can find. Alright guys, I got that other camera hung up. I'm coming up this draw. A little creek draw. We got water in here, which is a good thing, but just look at the acorns. There's white oak acorns laying everywhere. And then there's everywhere. I don't see a whole lot of sign around this, but there's plenty of food in here for these here. This little old draw is full of white oaks. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to locate this tree that they're feeding on. That way maybe we can get on it pretty quick before they swap trees, you know, within the next week or so. But we'll see. I don't know. But like I say, guys, this is rough terrain in here. But It's this ditch gully after ditch gully. Ridge tops draws off to these bottoms in here. I mean, just acres galore. Alright, let's keep moving, see if I can find it. Talking about rough terrain. There's definitely rough terrain in here. Well, I believe that's the reason there's so many signs in here. Now don't you look what a draw up through here. Just acorns everywhere. These deer come right down these ridge tops and up in these bottoms right here. Never be detected. Never be detected. You look what a pretty draw up through here. You talking about tread country. Alright, they got on this tree right here pretty good. I don't know if y'all can see this, but see all this fresh sign around this tree. The ground's tore up, anything interrupted. That's what it is, it's interrupted. Big white oak right there dropping. There's several red oaks right here too. Definitely a good looking spot in here, guys. Without a doubt. A little small scrape right there. Ain't been hit in a while, but still it is what it is. That trail right there on the other side of that creek bank. Kind of see it right there. Going right on up in that ridge. But it turns steep right over here. That's the reason it's walking off side of the creek. Exactly what I'm gonna do too. Alright guys, we're going to try to get out of here and get back to the road. Alright guys, I made it back to the truck. Been in there pretty much about all morning. It's going on like maybe 1 o'clock now. But made a big old round in there, probably 6, maybe 7 miles, I'm not really sure. And I found a lot of sign. I mean a lot of sign, a lot of fresh sign. I can't remember being in a place before that has that much fresh sign and buck sign in it at one place. But anyway, we made a good round in there. Found some nice spots in there. Bunch of trails, scrapes, rubs, funnel areas, saddles, gullies, ridge tops, blowdowns. I mean, it's all in there. But just wanted to come on there and show y'all guys what I was doing this morning. Chris, Blue Collar Bucks, he was in here yesterday. What it was is I went to a different spot yesterday to pull some cameras, and Chris actually called me and told me to go ahead and pull one of his, or pull the one that he had in there and bring it out too. And I met up with him yesterday and gave him his camera, and he went to the other spot. What it is, we had some mature deer on camera back in the summer, and all the way up to about a month ago, and they just disappeared. I mean, hadn't had any activity on cameras much, and what we did was just, you know, does and predators, this, that, and other, and little cow horns and whatever, you know. But these mature deer had disappeared from there. And what it was, when I feel like whenever bow season opened up in the muzzleloader this past weekend, that them deer got a lot of pressure on them where they was at, and drove them deer out of there. So what we did, we went a couple different directions from that spot. Chris went in the spot yesterday and see what it looks like over there, and I think he made a video last night about it. And I went a different direction today, pretty much the same spot he is, just the other side of a road, you know, to see if I can find anything in there. And it's pretty much the same block of woods that both of us was in, but he told me it was pretty well tore up and stuff in there. So I went in there today and hung up some cameras, done some scouting, and got a new outlook on that place. It looks really good in there. I just, you know, we'll have to wait to see what turns up, but I don't know really what happened to them deer that was over there. I mean, we had some really nice deer on film, on camera over there, and they just moved out, which, you know, that's the way deer do. But hopefully we can get back on them, or if not, places we've been the last couple of days, it's just tore up so much of buck sign. I mean, we can be coming up on new deer that we don't know about, you know. But anyway, I just want to give y'all a heads up on what's going on, and y'all stay tuned with us, and hopefully we'll get you some good footage from the tree. And I want to thank the Lord for letting us do this and give us the opportunity to get out here every morning, wake up, come out to the woods, enjoy nature. And y'all stay tuned with us. If you don't mind, like and subscribe to the channel, and hopefully we can bring you some more content. And y'all have a good day.